Hi, this is another unscripted, unedited video with thoughts about how we, the people, can reclaim our economic power by shifting the culture in ways that support each other in buying less stuff. So, this video, I'm having some thoughts about our cultural norms and expectations about clothing. And what would be some ways that we could shift our cultural norms and expectations surrounding clothing in a way that, makes it okay for people to spend less and buy less. And I'm not talking about buying things that you like because you want them. That's totally fine. Buying things that we like because we want to wear it and it looks good to us, feels good to us. That's cool. I'm talking about situations where maybe we buy things because we feel like we're supposed to. It's expected. And are there ways that we can shift those expectations so that there are fewer situations where we feel like we have to spend money? And I don't know if maybe later on I'll have more thoughts about this, but right now, the thing I'm thinking about mostly is about when we replace clothing. We buy things because we want to wear them and so on. And then something happens to a garment, and the decision of when a garment has to be thrown away and we have to buy something else. For example, if a garment gets a hole or a little tear or something in it, we can stitch it up. You can mend things and so on. A lot of times, though, if the mending of something leaves like a visible seam where everybody can see, oh, this had a hole in it and it got sewn up. We can see the stitching and we can see this pucker where this hole got stitched up. There is, with a lot of people, kind of a cultural standard that looks tacky, and that's you're not supposed to be wearing stuff that looks all patched up and whatnot. You need to get rid of that shirt. It's a goner and buy another one. And I feel like that's something that we could change. We could change those kind of expectations. There was a time that it was, considered distinguished or cool for a gentleman to wear a jacket that had patches on the elbows. Patches on the elbows of a jacket, that's a form of repair of a garment that got damaged, and the repair is visible, and it was considered cool, distinguished. So visible repairs, I feel like those don't have to be a death sentence for a garment where it has to be thrown away and something new bought to replace it. Or a stain, if you get a stain on something and I've washed it, it's not coming out. It's just, it's got a little stain there, and that stain is not going to go away. It's going to be there forever. There are certain expectations that, well, it's ruined now. You have to throw it away and buy another one. And I would love to see that change where, a little stain is not the end of the world. You can still wear it. Still does the real function of what clothing is supposed to do. The functions of clothing: keep you warm in cold weather, keep you from getting arrested for indecent exposure, and the things that clothing is really supposed to do. Um, and not putting on a lot of extra demands on clothing where we're having to buy stuff. At this very moment, I'm wearing a skirt that is mostly black, and it has a couple of little bleach spots, very small, like little uh, two little dots in one area that I think are a result of bleach. I'm not sure. I thrifted the skirt, and it had those spots from the start. And I still wear it, and I'm fine with it. I I wear it to church. I was at a Good Friday service, uh, before I filmed this, and I wore the skirt. Uh, I was directing the choir, so I turned it toward the front so that it wouldn't be showing in the back when everyone was watching me direct the choir. But I think it's a perfectly fine skirt. I don't think that a couple of tiny bleach spots, maybe the bleach spots are the reason why somebody else donated it to the thrift store, but I didn't see a problem with it, and I still bought it, and I wear it all the time. Every time I'm supposed to wear concert black, I wear it. So I would love to see us examine some of those cultural expectations where we put a demand on somebody to, especially to discard a garment and buy another one to take its place. Um, Again, I'm totally supporting people in buying things that they want to wear and want to buy, but I want us to examine situations where people are buying things because they feel like it's expected of them, that they have to do it to have the approval of the rest of us. That's the part that I would love for us to examine, and look at ways that we can change those type of expectations. Again, as a way to empower each other in buying less stuff and keeping our dollars in our own pockets and not giving them to the rich. Um, so, those are my thoughts today about cultural norms and clothing. I don't know if I'll have more thoughts about clothing in the future. Next video I make will be on some other topic. That's it. Have a good one.